Hello there. I've been a fan of the Anker sub-brands for a while now. Different labels for consumer electronics hardware, some great options for things like audio gear or portable batteries. Recently, I've been a little disappointed with the performance on my Arlo doorbell. Last year we moved into this new place, but shortly before then, Arlo had changed their service on older grandfathered cloud storage plans, and this hardware was just starting to slow down. The Eufy security label at Anker is their home security and camera division. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. For the last month, I've been test driving the Video Doorbell Dual. Is this the right fit for your home entryway monitoring needs? Let's take a look. And while you're watching that video feed of packages getting delivered to your porch, we hope you'll also make some time to keep up with all the work here on reviews.org. You can hit those subscribe options down below, give us a follow around the socials, and check out the home site, reviews.org. We've got a whole team of folks making you some really fun stuff. Immediately off the bat, this is gonna be a little different of a review, a little less B-roll or fancy camera work. I'd normally throw out that disclaimer at the top of this video, we were given this product for evaluation purposes. But no, I didn't really get this to review it. I really just needed a new doorbell camera and I spent my own money on it. It's just been outside our back door for a little over a month. And that all just sort of lined up with the spot in our review schedule here. I did not shoot a bunch of unboxing and setup footage. I don't even have the box still. I just really wanted to use this. Super impatient when I was getting it all set up, so I didn't even fully charge it, but I haven't gotten to my first recharge yet. There's still some battery life left on this thing. I'm just using this as an excuse to kind of top it off while I shoot the video on it. The Eufy Security Doorbell Dual is pretty clearly explained in the name. It's a dual camera digital doorbell. Where we're living now, we don't have any functional wiring for a regular doorbell. You can see where the doorbell used to be. All those cables are shredded. We definitely need to call in an electrician, but in the meantime, these battery-powered doorbells have been working pretty well. The kit here is really straightforward. 2 brackets to help mount the unit on your wall. You just drill in 2 screws. And of course, one of those brackets is angled to help you better position the right field of view. You also get a base station that plugs into your home router. That has a speaker on it for when the doorbell button is pressed, and it also houses the local storage for video recordings. If you've set up any of these wireless cameras or doorbells, this is all pretty familiar. I wanted to try the dual camera though. One camera angled for people and another angled lower for tracking packages. In addition to the cameras, there's also radar and heat detection. Eufy claims that this reduces false alarms, something my Arlo camera was really bad about. We're in pretty good quality territory. Top camera has better than HD resolution. Bottom camera is just shy of 1080p resolution on very ultra wide lenses. This is looking really straightforward for hardware, but how does it work? Pretty well. After only a year of using this Arlo, it started locking up. We'd get numerous alerts that plants were blowing in the breeze near our door, but trying to open the video feed to see activity would take so long we'd miss whatever activity was happening. Ditto the doorbell press. It would take so long to answer the alert, we could never really talk to someone through the camera. I mentioned earlier, we had an old Arlo plan for our indoor cameras that used to have some basic cloud storage for video recording events, and Arlo got rid of that plan. So when we upgraded to this new doorbell, we had to sign on to subscription plans to store local video events. The rates on multiple camera plans are okay, but I didn't love that for a security style product, we couldn't even get screenshots of events saved to our phones. That really helped motivate an interest in shopping a camera that used local storage instead of cloud plans. I'm already that kind of guy anyway. I use our NOS way more than any cloud file storage. I'd rather have data stored locally. As a brief tangent, and if you guys want a separate video on this type of security policy, we can totally do that. Drop us some comments down below. It could be worth a concern given the stories coming out now about law enforcement getting access to people's doorbell cameras without serving companies warrants. With cloud storage, your content lives on another company's computer, and law enforcement can go directly to that company to request your information or even request a direct feed from these cameras. Eufy's cameras can be augmented with a subscription cloud plan, but the locally stored video files should not be able to be accessed without a warrant. This stuff gets murky legally, as you are in possession of the computer storing the data, but accessing that data requires apps and web tools. As for real-time feeds from your camera, the Eufy terms of service aren't much different than any other doorbell manufacturer. Very vague language pointing to cooperation with law enforcement entities. About the only way someone might better lock down their camera privacy would be to use an older style camera DVR system set up with local hard drives, but as soon as you add an app or some kind of easy remote viewing, this stuff gets more complicated. The best we can hope for is a company will live up to their claims of notifying the consumer if and when their cameras are being accessed. For my personal paranoia, the local storage was a small step better for privacy. What that looks like, we're 37 days in with almost 500 short recorded clips of notifications, and we've used 1.2 gigabytes of the 14 gig available in our base station. We're more than a month in, and we've got plenty of room left as compared to many of the cloud storage plans that start deleting your recordings after about 30 days. In operation, the Eufy has been significantly faster than our Arlo. Pushing the button results in a near instant chime from the base station, and the call to our phones only takes a couple seconds longer to start ringing. A totally reasonable amount of time where someone might still be waiting out by our door. Launching the app and activating the video feed, there's still a bit of a delay, but it's a reasonable lag before the feed is active. We're looking at about 5 seconds, which isn't terrible, considering it's also streaming 2 simultaneous video feeds. Your reaction times will vary depending on where your router and base station live in relation to your door, but for our needs, this has also been an improvement. In addition to that, one of the claims that has impressed me, the AI scene detection settings have significantly cut back on alerts to my phone for things like rose bush blowing in the breeze false alarms. The flip side of that though, the package delivering settings might be a little too sensitive. If I'm carrying groceries and I put them down to open the door, in addition to a human alert, I will also get a pair of package delivered and package picked up alerts triggered from the second camera. I'm not sure how you would tweak the sensitivity of that alert, but maybe a setting for a longer delay might help. The rest of the phone app is nicely laid out. We're not paying for any additional plan or storage. This is just the camera, and we've got weeks of video clips from alerts. We could automate reactions if we were using other Eufy products, and we have some basic local security options for alerts and alarms. Again, this would be more helpful if we were also using internal cameras from Eufy. A month in, and I'm very happy. The hardware has been great. The battery life has been better than expected. Not quite a full charge at the start, but around 37 days of use, and I'm down to about 30% on the battery remaining. On the next full cycle, I don't think we'll hit the company's claim of 180 days, but if I'm doing the math right, we'll be outpacing our Arlo. With the alerts and recordings that we've gotten so far, I don't think it's unreasonable to estimate around 100 days between charges. Though it is a little bit of a bummer that they use micro USB to top off this battery. No one really keeps micro USB cables lying around anymore unless you're a tech reviewer. We totally should have had USB-C on the back of this camera. Lastly, I think the difficult part of this home gear, the user still has to deal with a hodgepodge of different apps, or you have to get locked into one hardware ecosystem. We also have a home security system not compatible with this doorbell. And we've got interior cameras from Arlo, which will probably replace with either SimpliSafe or Eufy. We couldn't use the SimpliSafe doorbell because they don't currently sell a battery-powered option. But I think for cameras, I might stick with Eufy and use their local storage base stations. That means at best, we're probably gonna be stuck with at least 2 apps, and we still wanna get some other gear like water sensors and smart locks, but again, we're hoping that can go more through the security system. Eufy has expanded their compatibility recently, and now you can tie a doorbell to Alexa or Google Assistant. Alexa still has the best support currently, where you can double your Alexa speakers as doorbell chimes. When you push the button, you can't send the doorbell notification ring to a Google smart speaker, but Google will send video to Chromecasts through voice commands, which is pretty nice. It does feel kind of Star Trek-y. You tell your phone or you tell your smart speaker to send your doorbell camera feed to a TV in your living room. It can be a little inconsistent though. Throwing to a Chromecast is usually as fast as opening the app on your phone, but of course, it always feels like when you need it, it takes way longer to connect. So wrapping all this up, the Eufy Doorbell Dual is one of the pricier options in this segment, but it comes with a huge perk, being able to record video without a subscription. Our battery-powered Arlo full MSRP retails for around $50 less, and it's often on sale for about $80 less, but a single camera subscription, which only saves video files in the cloud for 30 days, would add about $36 a year. On the dual doorbell, under our current use, I can store around a year's worth of recordings before I'll need to go back and delete older videos to make more room, and that storage is just as accessible through my phone anywhere I have data, and it doesn't cost me another dime. This is exactly what we wanted. It's been working better than our previous solution. It should be cheaper over several years of use, and if we want to add a couple additional cameras, and the only rough spots would be similar downsides to competing solutions out there. I'd say we got a pretty good upgrade. But now, if you'll excuse me, this is almost done charging back up again, and I really feel like I need to get it back out on our door. I just feel so exposed and so naked. I can't tell who might be trying to drop off packages. For all of this work that we've been putting in on home automation and smart home technologies, it still kind of feels a little like the Wild West out there, cobbling together a couple different solutions or what apps make the most sense for your needs. If you've been having really good experiences with a collection of products or home security options, definitely drop us some comments down below. And we'll of course throw a link down in the description if you want more information on the Eufy Dual Doorbell or any of their other video camera products. Anker has been seriously impressing as a consumer electronics umbrella manufacturer. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, and subscribing to the channel. For Reviews.org, I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell, aka Some Gadget Guy, and I will catch you all on the next review.